and welcome to today's daily tarot card reading. Before we start, if you have not already done so, go ahead and click the subscribe button below and don't forget to ting that bell so you're notified when I upload new videos. And with that being said, I'm going to draw today's energy card. Now, the overall energy of the day is the Eight of Water. Now, this Eight of Water is trying to get us to put aside everything that we want and to really concentrate on what we have and be grateful and joyful about the abundance in our life that we already have. There is always somebody that is worse off than we are. We seem to go through life on a daily basis looking at the negative instead of looking at the positive and being grateful for the positive things in our life. And that is really what today's energy is all about, is bringing in those positives and being grateful for everything and everyone that we have in our lives and really taking into account um, how much we really truly do have and how much joy and fun and how many people that we have in our lives that really do care about us on a um, on a genuine level. So when we see this card pop up, it's all about looking at what we have and being grateful throughout the day, and really concentrating on that. Because the more you concentrate on being grateful and joyful for what you have, the the more that amplifies and the more that attracts to you. Now, with that in mind, I will draw today's reading. Okay, we have a lot of positive energy along with that Eight of Water card. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles card, and when that is combined with that Eight of Water, it is really telling me that we can use whatever it is that we have around us. We just have to learn how to pretty much think outside the box and to amplify what it is that we have and make it into something bigger, better, and more beautiful. For example, my husband and I are starting a business of making different wood products out of, leftover lumber, um, pallet wood, that kind of thing, mainly working on dog crates and things like that. So, what is it that you have laying around that you can use to build something that is really beautiful and that would enhance your life, make things better for you, and maybe even possibly make a profit from? Because that Ace of Pentacles is that foundational card that is saying that, whatever is going on with this energy today, it is that foundation and unlimited possibilities when it comes to something financial going on in your life. So that is a great card to have on top of that Eight of Water. And like I said, with that Eight of Water, really concentrate on that gratefulness and on that joy of what you have and amplify that, and connect that with that Ace of Pentacles and amplify what you have to make a profit from it. And then we have that Seven of Chalices coming in right next to that, which is saying it's going to open up some doors. It's going to bring in some opportunities. Really focus that energy today because it is amplifying. It is going to turn into something that is going to bring in more and more opportunities as the day goes on. But you don't need to make that decision today. But if you do, that Nine of Pentacles is saying it's going to be well worth whatever decision that you make. It's going to lead you to a place where you are financially sound. It is something that you can pat yourself on the back for. It is, a job well done. It's hard won. It's something that you have worked very hard for. And then there's that death card coming in, which is saying that this is all going to change your outlook and view on your entire life going forward. So this is a big change that is going on today, especially when it comes to finances and opportunities, maybe a new business starting up, but it's daring you to dream about where and how far you can take this. And then we have that six of chalices coming in, which is going to say that you're going to get inspiration from things that you have done in the past, maybe childhood dream coming back through and you capitalizing on that childhood dream. Maybe this is something that you've wanted to do since you were a child, and remember those people around you that were really um, supporting you and there for you and really pushing you towards whatever this is. And then there'll be more inspiration coming in with that Ace of Swords, which is saying that it's really going to bring you inspiration on how to expand, on how to take what you have and build something great out of it. This is really, really positive energy. So today, with these first initial seven cards, it's focusing that gratitude and joy and really starting out on something that is going to be a huge move for you. It's going to bring huge change for you. And it's going to be something that is going to really propel you into what you are really meant to do. Okay, and with these final six cards, what I am really getting the overview on this with is exactly what I just said. You know, there is that foundational energy, and it is fun energy. It is bringing in that joy. It's bringing in that gratefulness. You know, we have the stars here. So whatever this is that you're starting, it is something that has been guiding you for quite some time, and it does bring you joy. It's something that is fun for you to do. It is something that you're grateful that you're able to do. It's something that can make you have that feeling of you're not working, but you're doing something that you love. So you're not going to work another day in your life. It's something that is going to be um, something that you want to do. It's something you wake up um, and jump out of bed to do. It is something that you're going to be grateful for the long term here. It is bringing in that fun aspect along with that gratefulness. It's bringing in that joy. It's bringing in that fun. And with the opportunities that are coming along, there may be that feeling of loss, that feeling of, well, maybe I've spent too much time, working for other people. And, what if I don't make it working for myself? There may be that kind of hesitation or doubts coming in. When those doubts do come in, push them aside. Um, I mean, I'm not saying totally ignore them, give them standing, think about them, but um, make maybe a plan or sit down and think about what can go wrong and what to do if it does. So having that plan there can really relieve those doubts, those fears moving forward. Now, and then we have this two of swords on that nine of pentacles up there, which is saying that, once you realize that, whatever this is that you're starting is that foundation is bringing you in, money left and right. It's making you financially sound, and you've worked very hard and you're getting that recognition. Once you learn, um, once you see all of that happening, there's going to be a decision towards that change. What change is it that you're going to make? And it's a decision. Usually, the Two of Swords means that you don't have to make that decision right now. It can also mean a balance. It can also mean that this new thing that's coming in and is bringing that balance. But with that Death card up here, I'm saying that it's a decision that you need to make And it needs to be made very soon, possibly even today, to what big change you're going to make, what big move you're making today. And whatever that big move is, it's going to set down some very solid foundations. This is the Four of Wands, and Four of Wands is that foundational card. It is that celebration of seeing things happen, but also setting that foundations. You know, you've done all that hard work and you've set that foundation. So here on going forward, it's going to be. Sorry about that interruption there. Someone decided to unplug my computer last night and it went dead in the middle of the reading. So, as I was saying, that foundational energy with that Four of Wands and bringing in that Six of Chalices, it is really saying, that there is, things from the past that you're bringing in. It's good memories of fun things that you did as a child that you want to actually make a profession out of. And the Hangman card on that Six of Chalices is saying, take another look at all of this, and look at it from another standpoint. Look at it. What can you do differently that everybody else is not doing in order to make your work stand out? Even little tiny details that you do that nobody else does can really take your work and up level that and make your work more desirable than somebody else's. So really take a look at all of this and see where you can um, make those little improvements, add a few more details to your work. And then with those inspirations that are coming in from this looking at things from a different view and thinking about those little details, it's going to, bring in that inspiration and it's going to lead you to a point where you are really positive about what you're doing. It is something that is going to be setting you on that path of knowing that this is where that you need to be. This is what you need to do for the rest of your life. This is something that is going to bring in that powerful feeling of, yes, this is what I'm meant to do, and moving that forward at a very rapid pace. As you can see in the strength card, she's running. It is, that maturity level, but it's also that excitement. It is that I know where I'm going, and I'm going to see how big and how fast I can make this. So really take things today um, and run with them. Take it and make this go forward. Do whatever you have to do. Make the decisions you need to make, because these are going to be a pivotal day today, with this decision that you're making, and with this profession actually is what it's looking like, and it's going to be very, very sound. But again, remember this Five of Chalices over here. When those doubts come in, give them credit. Make a list of what you're going to do if of the problems that pop up. You have the sound mind to know what problems could pop up. Now, what are you going to do when they do? And that way, when things do happen, you have a plan, and it's not something that's going to be um, a major issue. It's something that you can fix right away because you already know and have in your mind what you're going to do. Okay, we have the God on top of this Ace of Pentacles and this Stars card. Now, when we have this on these two cards, it is saying that, of course, you have everything that you need. Just like I was saying with that combination of the Eight of Water and being grateful for what we have and joyful for what we have that Ace of Pentacles, which is saying use those resources that you have, and really go for what it is that you've wanted to do, because this is your path. It's bringing in that fun and that joy of realizing that whatever you have, you can build something beautiful out of. And then we have the God there that is saying, you're really backing all of those two or those three cards up, which is saying that all of your resources are there. You have that foundation, you have that those resources, whether it's money, whether it's materials, whether it is knowledge, all of that is there, and whatever you don't have will be provided for you. So there's no reason to stress over whether or not you'll have those resources, because they are available to you. There is this there is a resource that you can back up into if you need to. And then we have that book of shadows, which again, like I was just saying with that five, when you have those doubts, write them down. Write down what those doubts are. Write down what issues can come up and what you're going to do, and make sure they're written down. So in the future, um, you already know you're not going to forget what to do. You're already going to have that plan written out, and put it somewhere where you're going to be able to find it when you need to find it. That way you're not confused as to what path to take or what action to take when something does go wrong, if it does. And then we have the elemental of earth on this decision making, on this new wealth that's coming in. It is that foundational, grounded energy, that elemental of earth. It is about your resources. It is saying that those resources are sound. There's nothing that's going to take those resources away. They're just going to grow. When we see that death card coming in there, if we have that feeling of lack going into this death card, those feelings are going to change. Especially when we see that nine happen, when we see that those successes coming in today, when we see that growth happen today, and we make those decisions, it's going to be something that's going to push us forward into a place of security. Especially when we have that death card coming in, it is that big switch. It is that foundational energy of the four of wands there, and then we have the nine of fire, which is again backing up that death card. Pluto is that death and renewal. It is that same energy as that death card. It is saying that things need to stop being the way that they have been for so long, and they will move forward. And these are changes that are necessary for you to go through. Even if they are uncomfortable at the time, they are changes that are necessary and that will move you, propel you forward. And then we have the crone of air that is on top of the um, the hanged man and the six of chalices. It is saying that there is no more of you having to think about what's going on, because once you realize your creativity, once you bring in that creativity, once you capitalize on it, once you figure out what details that you're going to add to your work that make your work stand out, there's no more to do. There's no more to think about. That crone of air is shutting the book. You have everything nailed. Everything now is nailed down, and you no longer have to worry about things, especially when it comes to details, because what you have been thinking about doing, um, when it comes to those details, when it comes to tweaking what you're doing, when it comes to making yourself stand out, you've already done that. Um, what you're thinking of is where you need to be and is where you need to go. And then we have the elemental or the elements card. This is everything combined. And that is on top of that inspiration that's coming in, that is bringing you to that strength. It's bringing you to that strength card and pushing you forward in a very fast pace. And then we have that elements card that is on top of there, which is um, absolute power when it comes to moving forward, because you have everything. Again, it's just really backing up everything in this reading. You have the information you need, you have the inspiration you need, you have the planning that you need, you have the people and the communications in place, you have the resources that you need, and you have the inspiration and the passion to follow this and follow it long term. So with today's energy, of that overall energy of the eight of water and being grateful and joyful and looking forward to the future. All of this reading right now is really cementing in all of that information, and you're making big, big moves today. So don't be afraid of the moves that you're making. Don't hold back. Really bring in that fun and inspiration and thoughts that you're going to need for today, and make those decisions that you need to make in order to really propel yourself forward in the future, and make whatever this is that you've been doing into something that is going to be very profitable and long term, in bringing in a lot of happiness, joy, gratitude, and prosperity for yourself and all involved. Now, I hope you enjoyed today's reading. Before you go, make sure to like and share this. Don't forget to leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe and ting that bell, and I will see you tomorrow.